Nikke is still popular because it somehow nailed the balance between shameless fan service, we all know that, and genuinely compelling storytelling. You are commanding these ridiculously designed combat androids in a post-apocalyptic cover shooter, but the plot actually goes really good with this existential themes about humanity and what it means to be alive. The shooting mechanics are quite nice actually for a mobile game. The character writings is way better than expected, and some story chapters will genuinely mess you up. Plus, the gacha rates aren't completely predatory. It is actually pretty good in my opinion. So you actually feel that you are progressing instead of just, spending your wallet in a gacha game. That's why, guys, make a quality video game and you will make money. Zenless Zone Zero, yes, ZZZ is still pulling massive numbers because HoYoverse finally made a gacha game where the combat is genuinely fun. It's got this slick action game feel with crispy parries and dodges that actually matters in this game. Like, the whole mechanic of the game is parries and dodges, and this game is wrapped in this retro urban aesthetic that is just pure style. The characters have personality, like if you see them in the cutscenes, they are full of expressions, and the TV exploration is weirdly fun in my opinion, but most people don't really enjoy it and they kinda remove it. Yeah, that is quite a shame. And unlike Genshin, it doesn't feel like a second job. You can just basically hop in, play some battles here and there, and then go out. You don't really need to do dailies in this game, and dailies also pretty fun actually in this game. Like, you need to try a coffee or try something or just buy something. That's basically it. So ZZZ is a really fun action anime game. That is why this game is still pulling massive numbers, but comparing to other HoYoverse game, this is really nothing honestly. Uma Musume Pretty Derby. Well, who would have thought an anime horse girls game actually works? And yes, this is weirdly massive in Japan because someone had the absolutely unhinged idea to turn legendary racehorses into an anime girl and somehow made it work. Don't ask me how, don't ask me what, don't ask me anything. You're training these horse girls through races and managing their stats like it's a proper sports management sim. And to be fair, this is probably the best sports management sim in the gacha market right now. But sadly, it is not my cup of tea and I rarely play this game. But the attachment you develop to these characters are genuinely quite nice. The races are hype as hell with full 3D animations, and there is this whole gacha layer for support cars that actually matters for your training strategies. It's got that classic Japanese approach where they take the most niche concept imaginable and execute it so well you cannot help but get invested. Plus, the real life horse racing is really good, and the lore of the game goes deep if you are into that. But even if you are not, watching your horse girl absolutely demolish the competition after months of training hits quite nice. Number 7, it is Wuthering Waves. Yeah, WUWA is massively popular because it nailed the action combat that gacha players have been starving for. Well, it is sitting in the below number 5, okay, because I think people are getting tired of this story. Even for me, I'm getting so tired of Wuthering Waves story. It's just basically waifus saving waifus and whatnot. It sucks, okay? For a Wuthering Waves fan that is hoping that this game is gonna go beyond and above with the story, like Scar. Like, where the hell is Scar right about now? Because Scar is the most entertaining character in Wuthering Waves and they don't spotlight it. So, I don't know, bro. So yeah, back to this game. The combat, the parry system is ridiculously good, satisfying. Dodging actually feels good, like it requires timing. There is proper iframes, and boss fights demand you to learn the patterns instead of just mashing your button. Movement feels fluid as hell, probably the best in the market, honestly. And because of that, it is making exploration genuinely fun, and the endgame content is really good. There's like so many endgame content in this game. There's like a whole lot mini game. It's basically like a game in a game type of thing, and I like that. I gotta give Kuro Games credit because I feel like they know what they are doing when they developed the combat in this game, because man, the combat feels super fun. PGR is super fun, right? So yeah. Plus, it doesn't really time gate your progression into Oblivion, so you can actually play the damn game instead of just waiting for you to level up, because in this game, everything is super fast. And I like that. I really do. Honkai Star Rail! Yes, Honkai Star Rail is still thriving despite the HP inflation because the character, writing, and story are pretty good, honestly. People aren't here for revolutionary turn-based mechanics. People just want, to get their favorite characters and just mow down the enemies with auto battle, right? But I gotta give them credit where credit is due. They kinda nailed the JRPG storytelling formula with fully voiced quests that actually make you give a shit about the characters. The production quality is insanely good, like the animation and everything. They're good, okay, no doubt about it. But the end game can become like a stat check slog, and fights kinda drag forever now because of the HP inflation. And characters like Painon, Acheron, and Firefly, yeah, they're pretty OP, so you gotta pull. I really don't know what else to say about Honkai Star Rail. I don't know why this game is still very popular, because a lot of people quit because of the HP inflation and whatnot. I guess people are still gooning over Honkai Star Rail, so I think that's pretty good for you. Happy for you guys. In number 5, you have Fate Grand Order FGO. What a surprise, right? It is still massive after 9 years because of its insane character attachment and community loyalty. People aren't staying for the gameplay, I think, because they're just staying because they have invested years into collecting their favorite historical figures turned into anime waifus and husbandos, okay? The game has ridiculously high retention rates, with over 25% of players still active after 90 days, which is quite crazy for a gacha game. Despite having literally the worst gacha rates in the industry right now, at like 1% for SSRs and basically no pity system, the Fate franchise is the one that's holding the game right now. And the story is really nice. Maybe that's why people are playing this game too. And the character designs are very iconic, so that's really cool. I guess it's just the community, man. Community is very wholesome in this game. I mean, if you ask me if this is worth playing or not, I guess not. But if you have played before and you want to continue, yeah, give it a go. The community is nice. Next is going to be Pokemon TCG Pocket. Obviously, this Pokemon, man. Pokemon will always be massive. It nailed the dopamine hit of opening card packs without the physical cost. You get 2 free packs a day to open, and that rush of pulling an animated full art card hits exactly like it did when you were a kid, spending your pocket money on boosters. The game is pretty smart about it too, making collecting the primary focus rather than battling, so you are constantly chasing completion while new sets drop just fast enough to keep you, perpetually behind, and so you keep on spending money. And it made 500 millions in the first 100 days. Holy shit, guys. The genius part is how accessible it feels, like you are making progress daily even as a free player, but casual players will literally never complete sets at the rate expansions drop. It's basically perfected the free-to-play mobile formula where you are respected just enough to keep coming back, but always hungry for that next rare pull. Genshin Impact, man, is still in the top 3 massive gacha games, okay? Genshin Impact is still massive. I don't know why, honestly. Even my brother is still playing this game. Holy. Well, I guess because no other games comes close to matching the 6-week update cycle with fully explorable regions that actually feel quite nice. I heard that people stay despite getting burnt out on the gacha and resin systems because there is generally no alternative if you want that specific blend of exploration, gorgeous environments and character collecting. I guess the environments mean like the more vibrant, cartoonish type of theme or exploration or style. Because if you see Wuthering Waves, it is kind of grim and basically all waifus, right? I mean, honestly, in my opinion, right about now, the character design in Genshin is actually superior to Wuthering Waves. And Genshin's story is actually getting better and better, and it's nice to see. It's really nice to see where gacha game story is taken seriously and they want to improve more and more. So I guess that's pretty much about Genshin Impact. And that is also why Genshin Impact is still making a ton of money till this day. And number 2, we have Love and Deep Space. Holy guys, I've never tried this game, never played this game, and this game is still making more than Genshin Impact every freaking month. Why is this game still massively popular? It is because it figured out what moments actually want from romance. And it delivered with ridiculous production quality. I mean, the 3D Otomo game where you just get random attractive boyfriends, you know, with stories that actually quite nice. People say, yeah, the story is nice, blah blah blah, right? And I guess it is filling the void that real dating just cannot match right now, because guys, dating real people is quite a pain in my opinion. I'm kidding. But I guess it's just the fandom. I think it is like Hatsune Miku, you know? Hatsune Miku is really popular, and this game was also like that, probably like boy band culture, and people actually queuing for an hour just to photograph cardboard cutouts of their favorite guy in this game. I mean, the community is so massive. I mean, they are also pretty nice, and they are dedicated, super passionate about the game. So I guess it's like a pop culture at this point right now. That is why it is still making a ton of money. Unlike what the second one again? What the second game called? I forgot, man. Actually forgot. The one that is losing players because of the greedy developer, I guess. And in number 1, obviously the recently released game Arknight's Enfield. Man, this game is generating massive hype because it is doing something genuinely different by smashing together an action RPG with proper Factorio style base building, which is honestly really good, really fun. You are exploring this hostile alien planet called Talos 2 with gorgeous semi-open world environments and real-time combat that's got chain attacks and actual dodge mechanics. But the genius part about this game is the factory automation system that ties directly into your progression. Now, people say, oh my god, I probably will drop the game because of this, because of that. But it is honestly the one that keeps me, or keeps us, coming back to the game. Because instead of just grinding resources manually like every other gacha game, you are building automated production lines and power plants whilst managing a proper industrial base. And the production quality is absurd for a mobile game. Guys, please, this is the best gacha game launch in history as of right now, because the game runs smoothly across PS5, PC, and phones. Even phones! Hypergriff clearly listened to beta feedback by overhauling like 80% of the game based on what players wanted. I mean, is it a bad thing? Kind of, because we want to see a more deliberate change in the combat, because we don't want the next Wuthering Waves or the next Genshin Impact again, right? I guess there's a balance to it, but hopefully they're gonna have their own identity. In my opinion, the combat right now, it's a bit weak than the base building or the exploration. Exploration is so good in this game. I mean, I think it is so much better than Wuthering Waves, Genshin Impact, or Honkai Star Rail, or any other open world, semi-open world gacha game in the market as about right now. So kudos to them, that is so good. And the gacha is quite free-to-play friendly in my opinion, which is quite refreshing. And I really want to see where they go from now, because damn, imagine if this game is already 2 years old. I think it is going to be phenomenal. I think the region is going to be very big. Right now we only have 2 regions, so we will just have to wait and see, and hopefully it's gonna be better and better and better every time. And the story is absolutely going to be very good too. So that is why Arknight's Enfield is in the top 1 as of right now. So thank you guys so much for watching this one. Hopefully you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye guys.